Let's see.
Young homeowners love the
Morning. Like, let's see. Discord. Can I do? It's always a sky thing. I think I have some problems. That's all I'm getting.
It's a big run, heavy box, single high safety, but JMU does not bite. Single high safety stays on top. It's still a nice shot. Gives that opportunity to make the play, just better defense. Bill Davis carrying right side, fighting through tackles, and this is something that JMU typically does so well. They do not miss tackles, only averaging 8 misses a game, 18th best in the FBS. This is going to be a football game on both sides of who can win first and second down. Can you put your quarterback into a position to run it or pass it on third down? Give him the option, force the defense to make a decision, and have all eyes on number 2, what he's going to do with the football. Three-man rush with the spy. Winfield will knock it away. Zaire West was there, along with Lamar Thomas, and the Duke's defense ready for that third down. Well, you brought the word spy. And defenses know this. When you want to go empty set 5 receivers, it gives the quarterback the option of, hey, there's a spy right here on your screen. If things look good for me to run the football, let me go and run. I don't like the outside, let me go. But hey, oh, not so fast. We got a spy defensively ready to take you down. The punt is away.
So we get it's Pass Pro.
And Sears. Start marketing to the right people by targeting industries and functions on LinkedIn ads.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged too well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest? The cheesiest college.
Cheesy, official sponsor of the college football playoff. Awesome scene here at Mizzou. Let's say hello to Katie George.
Thanks, Tess. Coach Drink, you're 5-0 ahead of your biggest test. What's been your message to your guys these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, the game's played between the white lines. There's a Mizzou factor here. We got to just be who we are, and hopefully that's good enough.
Your run game versus their run defense has been talked about all week. What do you think of that matchup?
We'll find out on the first play.
Thanks for the time, Tess.
Katie, he mentions that Mizzou factor. Jesse, you mentioned it off the start. A 15-game home win streak. A team that's 5-0, and you just can feel a certain energy in the air here at Faroe Field. Bama won the toss. They elected to defer. Jones and folks are back deep to see if they can field an opportunity from Connor Tulty for Bama.
Yeah, but I was going to upgrade.
And this will be returned by Fultz. As he weaves his way out towards the 22-yard line. And that'll give us the opportunity, Jesse, to take a look at Bo Prabula, who started his career as a Pennsylvania native at Penn State.
Yeah, and probably one
one of the bigger surprises in the SEC this year. He's been tremendous at the quarterback spot for Missouri. Very, very accurate. He's playing very poised. He's a good athlete that can keep defenses honest. Now, we know Missouri running the football, that's their identity, but you just got to get the feeling, Joe, to win a game like this, Bo Perdue was going to have to do some really good things with his arm as well.
Second in the country in completion percentage at nearly 76%. Of course, the guy behind him is one of the best there is. Here is Ahmad Hardy, as he is the country's leading rusher. The impact players are brought to you by Fairfield by Marriott.
Well, no surprise there. Coach Greg just told Katie we'll find out on the first play. It was a run right to Hardy. He is so physical. Kevin Coleman's a weapon at receiver. Justin Jefferson, a tackling machine for Damon Bray Hubbard, getting tons of turnovers.
So Beulah straight ahead, just slashing through the middle of that Alabama defense. It's a first down Mizzou.
And that's a designed run that time. It's a quarterback draw. He's got Ahmad Hardy out in front getting a block. They run the ball in different ways. It's not just Ahmad Hardy. You're going to see some Jamal Roberts running back as well, but Bo Perdue and his legs, big factor in this offense as well.
12-yard run by Perdue. Play action. Purdue's going to tuck and run. Katie, what do we know about the offensive line situation for Mizzou?
Well, Tess, left tackle Caden Green is back today after missing the last 2 games. Green had a meniscus repair prior to Week 4's game against South Carolina. His meniscus has recovered well, but he's been dealing with turf toe too. But I'm told he's in a good place physically ahead of today's game, guys. That's a big return.
Yeah, that's a big deal, Katie, because he's their best pass protector. Outside to the left, he's lined up against LT Overton, the best D lineman for Alabama, so a huge boost. Their O-line play right over here in this matchup, getting big number 70 back.
Seam opposite big number 22 as Hardy tries to take it off right tackle, and he does so and scoots out of bounds at midfield. It's another first down for the Tigers.
Well, this is the superpower of Ahmad Hardy, his ability to break tackles. If you don't wrap your arms around his legs, he is not going down. He has unbelievable contact balance, leads the nation, having forced 48 missed tackles this year. Alabama's defense, man, they've got their work cut out for them.
And keep it on the ground with Perdue is a good read, and look at Bo Perdue as he cuts back in for extra yardage.
So you're seeing the effect that Ahmad Hardy's success is already having on this defense, because they're faking a run right up the middle here, and both of these defenders, they hesitate, and that allows Perdue to get outside. He had Northfleet, the tight end, to help seal back on Bray Hubbard, and there's the athleticism and the open field running ability that Perdue has.
I don't know that he didn't step out of bounds there for a moment when he cut back in with that right foot. It goes for a 23-yard run, but he was very close to that sideline. Now they give the snap off. Play actions, then nothing but runs until this. The big, talented tight end, Brett Northfleet. You can't do better than that. M-I-C. A flawless opening drive by Mizzou.
When you've got a tight end who's 6'6", just throw it up and let him go high pointed and climb up over a DB. And that's exactly what the athletic tight end Brett Northfleet did. What an impressive opening drive by Missouri.
As Robert Meyer, the true freshman, adds the extra point.
Well, we talked about Bray Hubbard being an impact player, number 18, and he has been, but physically, he can't match up with a tight end that's 4 inches taller than him. Really good location on the throw by Perdue. And here's a tight end that was highly recruited coming out of high school. He was a good pitcher. He could throw 90 miles an hour in high school, but his athleticism showing up here early in Missouri. They cut through this Bama defense like a hot knife through butter on this opening drive.
You know, you mentioned Northfleet. He's really a traditional tight end, but in this day and age of what we're used to in the passing game, to see a 6'6", 260-pounder who still can be a threat downfield striding in the passing game, what a weapon.
It's such a weapon, too. When you run the football as well as they do, and you play fake like they did there, it just freezes linebackers and safeties for a split second, and part of that helped Northfleet clear him on the wheel route. Now Alabama defensively on the sideline, reeling a little bit. They got to get locked in.
5 straight runs and then the touchdown pass. And that is how this top 15 matchup opens up. Lottie Brooks, the return man for Alabama, and he's met at the 22. So the story of Ty Simpson, his first year as the starting quarterback for Alabama. We were down there in Tallahassee. You know what happened week 1. It was a miserable day. But since then, it's been star power.
He's playing at a Heisman level in the last 4 games. It's just as simple as that. Making really good, quick decisions. He's playing on time. The accuracy, though, is what stands out to me, Joe. If you take away the drops in the last 4 games, he's completing 81% of his passes since Florida State.
Nice to have Jam Miller back healthy at running back, but good swarm up front. Sterling Webb down the line for the tackle from Mizzou.
I think the best individual matchup in this game is the outstanding left tackle, Caden Proctor from Alabama, probably a top 10 pick in next year's draft, going up against Zion Young, the Michigan State transfer. He's the best pass rusher for Missouri. You're going to see him line up all over the field, but when these two guys go toe-to-toe, that's a matchup we're going to see in the future on Sundays as well.
I was just talking to an NFL scout about 15 minutes ago. It's exactly what he was saying as well. The scouts were here are drooling over that matchup. Quickly into space, but blown up immediately is Jeremy Bernard. What a heck of a play as this defense is firing off. Dalen Carnell with the tackle for loss, and a flag is down.
After play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 9 for taunting. The 15-yard penalties and forcing the dead ball spot includes an automatic first down.
Well, that's Zion Young. That's who we just pointed out as an impact player in this one. And obviously, Missouri defensively here very, very fired up early. You see, he just kind of stands over top of the Bama receiver, and that's what gets the flag. That would have set up 3rd and long, and because of that penalty now, the sticks moves for Alabama. You see Jeremy Bernard laying on the ground. Here comes big number 9. He's got to know better than that.
It would have been 3rd and 15. Instead, it's first down, Alabama. Jam Miller, he was tripped up, barely got back to the line. It was Carnell again knifing him.
Yeah, Dalen Carnell is such a unique chess piece for defensive coordinator Corey Batoon because he's 6'2", 225 pounds. He's big and physical, and he plays in the nickel. So when you try to throw bubble screens and quick stuff, receivers can't block him. They're not big enough. Tight ends even have their hands full with him. He's basically like having a linebacker, an extra linebacker on the field. And that time, a great job identifying the run and getting downhill.
Only positive yardage for Bama so far was that penalty. Here's Simpson as he goes underneath to Miller, who was wrapped up immediately after a gain of just a couple of yards that time by Newsom.
So we got a 3rd down in an obvious passing situation, and this is where Missouri is going to move Zion Young around. He could be outside. They might line him up on the inside. But this crowd noise, Joe, it's now going to become a factor.
Third down and 8. Simpson steps up and gets it complete past midfield for a first down to Brooks, the true freshman.
Nice job by Lottie Brooks. He actually had to jump up over top of the DB and make this play. See the pressure coming from Young. He was lined up to the right that time. Simpson does a good job just stepping up, and defender had his back turned to the football. He never saw it thrown, and the true freshman makes a big play on 3rd down.
18-yard reception by Lottie Brooks. Simpson on the boot. with a blocker in front, and Simpson will stride out close to that line to gain, maybe a yard short where he stepped out.
I think the mobility of Ty Simpson in this one is really, really big too. We talked about Purdue and what he can do. It's not so much on designed runs in this game, I think, for Simpson, but being able to extend plays when things break down. Missouri as a defense is getting pressure on 50% of their opponent dropbacks this season. So Ty Simpson's going to have to be really good in this game off schedule. And by the way, he's been one of the best in the nation so far in that category.
Motion Miller back in on 2nd and 1. And Simpson to pass. And he gets his tight end Josh Cuevas right in that mid-pocket for a first down.
That's a really cool concept outside. They've got Cuevas at tight end. And he's running a hitch route at first, and he's just trying to get his defender to forget about him in coverage, and then he's able to turn it upfield. He's up here, he's going to run a hitch. This defender's going to back up, and then that allows Cuevas to get down the field. Really nice play design in the pass game by Ryan Grubb.
And what looked like a struggling drive early, then the penalty saved them. All of a sudden, is Bama now on their 8th play and 60 yards. There's pressure in that C gap. Simpson downfield, and it's overthrown and nearly intercepted. Lottie Brooks was the closest man, but Stephen Hall was there defensively.
Well, there were 2 free rushers that time on right at Ty Simpson. He had to get rid of that football, and very lucky, Stephen Hall, the transfer from Washington State, wasn't able to pick that off in the end zone.
Miller on 2nd and 10 as he leads his way towards the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd down from there.
That's a really nice job of communicating at the line of scrimmage by Ty Simpson, fighting this crowd noise and communicating, make sure everybody's on the same page. Now sitting at 3rd down, and in this area in the red zone, Ty Simpson's legs become a big factor.
3rd and 5. Simpson. Flag is down as he connects with Horton on the in-cut route.
They knew he had a free play. Zion Young jumped offside, so he's going to rip that over to Horton quick.
Offside. Defense number 9. 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
So 2 penalties on Zion Young on this drive defensively for Missouri. It really, really helped them here. This is the offside here. Drinkwitz was yelling at the referee saying he thought that was really on Bama after the tap by Newberry. He thought maybe Proctor first a little bit early. The fresh set of downs here now.
It was Cam Newberry, the left guard, who was simply giving the signal of the go, of the snap to the center. And with that, you saw Zion Young move. So it's 1st and goal, Alabama. Play of Alabama's opening drive. 1st and goal. Miller holding the middle of that line, and he only picks up a couple of yards.
This is going to be tough sledding for Bama. Down here in the red zone, you've got to be able to run the ball when the passing windows are really, really small. The problem is Missouri is statistically the best rush defense right now in college football, giving up just 62 rushing yards a game. Up front, they are big and physical and deep, and they are violent. This is a very big moment now situationally for Alabama.
Simpson on 2nd goal. And Riley takes it across the line for a touchdown reception.
Been really impressed with Kevin Riley, this redshirt freshman. He's going to change a pace back, but one thing he's great at doing is catching the football. He's lined up here. He's going to fake like he's running the flat and then cross defenders' faces for that angle route. He's been good at running to the outside with his speed, but really gives this running back room in this offense, I think, a different dimension with his ability to catch the football. So after a couple Missouri penalties, Alabama kind of got some new life on that drive, and they pay it off answering Missouri's score.
Extra point by Tulti, and Bama is now 24 out of 25 in the red zone this season with 18 touchdowns. And with that, we are all tied up 7-7 here at Missouri.
See,
We think you're amazing. I can't say you wrong.
Get help with it.
mm, 45.
Oasis Breeze, Tan, and Spa.
Peter, I'm your man.
We do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
What's stress? The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
I'm a Modelo recruiter, and I'm always scouting for full-time fans. Check out this year's recruits. The team transfer, married into the team, but acts like he's married to the team. The playmaker can get the ball through the uprights without setting foot on a field. The early season hopeful doesn't hope that this is her team's year. No, so these fans deserve a Modelo because football is real football without a win.
That's right. What was like this now? You gotta move it.
Big time, best time, all the time. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Welcome to Dave & Buster's Game Day HQ, the best place to watch every play. 10 wings for $10. Nice move. Watch every game with Game Day deals at Dave & Buster's.
ESPN College Football is presented by Surf Pro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration.
Big pass does it to Orchard. Taylor McGregor on an overcast day in Tallahassee. 7-0 Pitt. Outscoring teams this year in the first quarter 55-0. And they've lost 2 games. They beat Duquesne and Central Michigan. They led Louisville 17-0, ended up losing by a touchdown. They led West Virginia by 10, ended up losing that game in overtime. And then a win over BC last week, 48-7. But a bad kickoff out of bounds. It'll be excellent starting field position for Tommy Castellanos in his first year as the Florida State starting quarterback.
Kick out of bounds by number 94 on the kicking team. Ball released at the 55-yard line. First down.
And talking with Mike Norvell yesterday and Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator, they said we need Castellanos to be around 20 pass attempts. That's when we're in a rhythm offensively, our best chance to succeed. Look at Alabama, just 14. Last week against Miami, they got behind, they had to throw. 45 attempts, the coaches said, going to be hard to win if we're throwing it that often. Gavin Sawchuk, former Sooner, is in the game at running back, and we have a flag before the first snap on offense for FSU.
Illegal snap by the center. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Luke Pettibone commits a penalty for Florida State before they haven't had their first snap.
He's been the most reliable, best offensive lineman for this group so far this year. This group a little bit different as Micah Penn is out. He got banged up a week ago against Miami. Jacob Rizzi will start at right tackle, and Adrian Medley will stay at right guard.
We already talked about Pittman's injury, so they got a lot of guys out. Castellanos trying to find some room to run, and he gets about 4 before he's brought down by Lovelace. As we look at our road test brought to you by Goodyear, Florida State, excellent running the ball, Pitt, excellent stopping it.
Well, it's good on good. And Gus Malzahn coming back, coming to Florida State, rejoining with Mike Norvell. It's been an infusion with this rushing attack. And Pitt, one of the absolute best, creating negative plays and stopping the run.
Sawchuk gets the pitch, and off the right side, finds the 40 for a 6-yard gain to put him in third manageable, third about 5.
This Pitt defense, they bring
football. It's Kyle Lewis down the field. Preseason All-American linebacker for Pitt. Sorry.
Drag route and then passes it off to Deshaun Jones. I think that's initially, Jefferson's right here in the middle. That's initially, I think, where Pagula wanted to go with the football. He hunts it up and then he passes it off to Jones, takes the rhythm away. A little bit of pressure forces Pagula outside. And it falls incomplete. Nice job of recognizing the route concept in the back end from Justin Jefferson, who had a huge game a week ago against Vanderbilt.
So Connor Wesselman on for his first punt of the afternoon. Cole Adams, the reliable return man with the fair catch at about the 32. The SEC's passing leader in yards, Ty Simpson, back out there for Alabama when we return.
Play of the drive. Fournette puts it in Knight's belly. So patient and still dragging Raging Cajuns with him. Jaden Duggar makes the stop, and they're saying, hold on, this dude is listed at 5'7", 190? Come on. It's funny that Salgado, the defensive coordinator for Louisiana, last night was like, we told these guys all week, you cannot tackle him up high. You have to treat him like a big back. You have to tackle him down low. Matthew Sluka checks in for the first time. Transfer from UNLV was with Chesney and Holy Cross. Back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons there. Run all the way. Trying to slip through and gets it to the 10. Just his fourth carry in the past 4 games after he had 21 against Louisville. Yeah, I think they're going to take the quarter here and figure out, do they want to go for it? Been so successful on 3rd and short so far in this game. Maybe see if they can jump right now. Up and go here. Saluka needs one. Fuller fighting still. It's going to be close. Cortland Flowers, the sure tackling corner, came up to make the stop, and it's going to depend on the spot here. What a stop by the Raging Cajuns defense. Yeah, I don't love that. I would have taken the corner, got set up. You physically dominate this game right now. Get lined up and do that coming into the second quarter, and a massive stop once again.
Back to the run game and Sawchuk, and he's grabbed by Lovelace at the 43. A 2-yard gain for Sawchuk, who was injured for most of last year. At Oklahoma 2 years ago had almost 800 rushing yards. They will rotate backs. They've used 3 or 4 different starters at tailback in a handful of games so far. Sawchuk again. Balls forward to the 40-yard line. 3 more yards, 3rd down. They're attacking down the field. This linebacking core of Pitt. Not much sledding, not much running. Gus Malzahn wants to run the football. He knows they have the advantage in size, and he wants to run the football downhill today. Could be 4-down territory in this area of the field at that opponent's 40-yard line. 3rd and 6. Sawchuk up the gut, gets the first down and more, spins out of the tackle, inside the 15 and inside the 10, trying to hack the ball out was Kyle Lewis, and it's a big play for 34 yards.
Well, it's inside, it's Luke Pettivon, it's Adrian Medley, the center right guard, the strength of this offensive line. They were right behind
Florida State at the 7. Castellanos will keep it, stumbles, and then gets drilled at the 1-yard line by Lovelace and Lewis. It will be 2nd and goal. Florida State trying to get to the line and snap it quickly.
They are going very fast right now and get this big defense off balance.
Here's Sawchuck. Keeps the legs moving. Pushback, though. He did not get in. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Lovelace again. And there's an injured Panther one more time. Isaiah Neal, who's been starting at defensive end because of all the injuries they've had at that position. He's shaken up here.
Let's see. Come on.
Good boy, Timber.
What was this one? Do you remember? Halloween or not?
Hands-free highway driving for a hands-on life.
That's a name.
Ford Blue Cruise.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Cancer isn't me. It's something I treat. And the less time I spend treating my cancer, the better.
This is me.
Discover an injectable immunotherapy, Opdivo Qvantig, for certain previously treated adults whose kidney cancer has spread. Unlike an infusion that takes 30 minutes, Opdivo Qvantig lets you receive treatment quickly in as little as 3.
See, some of these you can't watch.
College football, it's a
I have Tourette syndrome, stupid. Between my Tourette and my OCD, I'm not like every other bride. Have you guys ever had alpacas at a wedding?
She is trying to improve on her independence. It just makes me super proud of her.
We have been talking about premarital counseling. Things just got way more complicated.
Feel it out loud. New season, new night. Tuesday at 9. See you first on TLC.
1 second, they're a neighbor you like. The next, they're a neighbor you trust. 1 second,
Said to
you're
be
worried
an
about
out.
your home. And then, thanks to ADT, there's a lot less to worry about. Feel secure enough to let others in with Trusted Neighbor from ADT.
Ball and back. Right around 220 ball and back. Right around 220 pounds.
And we'll put Castellanos under center here. Alive on 3rd down. By Rashad Bell on a deep ball to do.
Honestly,
On a deep ball to do.
honestly, what?
A touchdown a week ago against Vanderbilt. He was out earlier this year. You can see the difference he makes with the statistical comparison.
See, that's in July.
First down with blockers in front as Jam Miller able to have a burst up the sideline.
That's the difference to me. I think he brings a different dimension. He's their best combination of big and fast. So he can run between the tackles, but one place Bama hasn't had a ton of success running this year is outside. I think now that 26 is back, he gives them a little bit in the run game. He's also their best pass protecting running back. He can also catch the football. So the offense is just much more complete now that they got Jam Miller.
That line to gain, so it's second.